Where do I start? Where do I get my rhythm? Where do I get my groove?
I always start off with a bounce. You just start with a bounce, and then you see.
I'm part of the baddest game, most successful game in the world. I went to Portugal this year, and the young tour guide goes, "It's Doris Burke from 2K. It wasn't Doris Burke, the announcer. It was Doris Burke from 2K.
Up next, it's the NBA on 2. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Bridges.
And it's really been a nice trend for him over these last several months. He's been steadily improving in terms of his scoring output. That extra production making him more valuable the further we get along in this season.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Barrett is out there with Elfrid Payton. Then it's Randall. Then there's Mo Harkless. And it's Gibson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Charlotte, Washington out there with Bridges. Then there's Terry Rozier. And there's Bismack Biyombo. And it's Graham in at the 2-belt. No problems knocking that one down. A lot of opinions, Doris, on who may be named the coach of the year. When you look at the criteria for you when you're voting, what do you look at?
Well, obviously, you think about who has the best record. That's the first thing you look at. And what has contributed to that best record. But it isn't only about that, right? You have to consider, number one, what's the roster challenges that head coach may have had to overcome? Did he have to deal with any mid-season trades? There are some...
Wow!
Young fella.
Well, what you want to see from Elfrid Payton are floor general skills on full display. Finds the open teammate. Nice.
Bridges passes to Washington. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
And so Graham will bring it up for Charlotte. Now Bridges, that's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Bridges has got 5.
You know, I really like this. Instead of putting his head down, Terry Rozier keeping his eyes up and finding his open teammate.
Here's Harkless. Off target from outside. The Hornets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Graham, the pass to Rozier. Tipped away. And here's the fast break. Here's Barrett. That's tipped, and he gets it back. And that one is good. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And here again, the Knicks in transition. Up the court they go. Banked in off the glass.
Boy, you love what this guy is doing right now. He's taking smart shots, shooting a high percentage, starting to cook.
Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Rozier against Payton. Here's Biyombo. The shot, no good. And New York the other way now. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta. And it's blocked.
And the impact Bridges makes on the defensive end, showing he's not to be messed with.
Graham, the pass to Washington. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Ooh, that kind of defense, it's almost as if they're just standing there.
Well, for the most part, they were just standing still. And you've got an easy 2 points.
Yeah, and despite his restrictions offensively, you still have to close off the lane or he'll burn you.
Bridges dishes to Biyombo. Rozier, the pass to Washington. Can't get it to fall. And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for New York. It's a 3-point game. And a trying summer for the New York Knicks fans. After trading away Porzingis, they were hoping to get a big-name player in free agency, Greg, and they didn't.
You know, shocking they refused to offer the max to Kevin Durant. I mean, there were concerns with the Achilles, but instead he ends up in Brooklyn. Combine that with fans' disappointment at missing out on Zion Williamson, and the saga continues.
And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
The Knicks making a switch here. Robinson's checked in for Gibson. Portis comes in for Julius Randle. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Maurice Harkless. And it's Ntilikina in for Elfrid Payton. And he makes that one.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Kicks it to Batum. Passes it to Washington. And the layup's good off the glass. Washington's got 6.
Boy, it seems like every shot he puts up, it's going in. This guy is hot, hot.
Barrett wide open, he fires. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Now here's Rozier. Not a lot of room. Washington, that's good. He's got 8.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Now here's Barrett. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Hawks in Atlanta.
Boy, and defensively, he had them off balance. He was able to come away with 4 steals.
Rozier, the pass to Bacon. With 1 on the clock. And so it's the New York Knicks holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We've got more in... And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
Setting the floor for the Knicks. Portis is out there with Mitchell Robinson. Then there's Reggie Bullock, and it's Knox in at the small forward position. Bullock with it. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Pass to Bacon. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
There is an imagination of creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
Fires, high post, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Ntilikina's got 7 points.
Well, nice touch there. For Frank Ntilikina, he's got to be able to knock down shots in the mid-range.
Outside Batum. Now here's Rozier. Defense right on him. Bacon's shot is off. The Knicks leading by 6. Here's Ntilikina. 20 points for him last game against the Hawks in Atlanta.
And don't forget the sensational plays he made out there. He saw the court so well, firing perfect passes to teammates for wide open shots.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling.
Boy, he hasn't found the range yet here in the second period. Only 1 triple for him tonight.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Bullock kicks to Ntilikina. And again, it's the Knicks missing. The Hornets have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Charlotte's had to wait a bit the last few years. Now, the city hosted the All-Star game last season. But for the Hornets, they've gone 3 seasons without a playoff appearance and 15 seasons without winning a playoff series. In that time, the franchise has had 7 head coaches and a shifting front office. But Buzz City is hoping that its wait for playoff relevance will end soon. Kevin?
We all are. David, thank you. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to...
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Well, you think about Kevin Knox, 1 year of collegiate basketball at the University of Kentucky before being picked 9th overall in 2018. Let's remember, he's young, but he seemed to be prepared for the bright lights.
Here's Graham. Zeller, great positioning on the putback. Zeller's got the lead up to 1 now for the Hornets.
Taking back the lead once more. Give these teams credit. Man, they are battling.
Boy, Greg, neither team willing to give an inch and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
Right wing. Bridges, no one around him. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Just so precise off the pass. I like how Bridges prepares himself to shoot as the ball is coming his way.
New York moving it around. Bridges with the steal. And Kevin Knox gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. There's 48 seconds left to play in the first half. Bridges dishes to Biombo. Pass to Bacon. Now Zeller. Ellington defending. Now Bridges. And there's the pass to Biombo. Randall grabs the board. And so it's Randall bringing it up now for the Knicks. Last time they came together was in Charlotte, where they fell to the Hornets.
Yeah, and their last time playing against this club, they fell short. A lot of cheap fouls really plagued their starting unit.
You know, you try to establish consistent substitution patterns. It helps you stay in a rhythm, and they had to go to their bench much too early.
The first free throw is good. Robinson hits them both.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Bridges passes to Zeller. To the inside. And that's good from Bismack Biyombo on the assist by Zeller. Biyombo's got it all tied up now for Charlotte. Out to the right wing. Knox. And that one's on target from the wing. Knox has got 8 points.
Well, this is what we expect. The rise and fire from Kevin Knox in a catch-and-shoot situation. You better guard him now.
Here's Zeller. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And that's it.
Thank you, Kevin. Alfred.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. It was all R.J. Barrett in the first quarter. He had 8 points and 1 rebound. That's all for now.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Nice game. Great performance by R.J. Barrett.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half. Got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the Hornets. Inside, Cody Zeller and Bismack Biyombo. Then it's Bridges. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Graham in at the 2-guard spot. He kicks it to Zeller. He feeds it to Biombo. And Gibson sends it back.
Boy, Gibson's so good at timing these rejections. Twice on the pipes from Taj.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
The Hornets shooting their first free throws of the night.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
You can't help but notice that teams are shooting earlier in the shot clock. One theory being the faster you shoot, the more possessions you get.
Well,
the numbers would speak to that.
No doubt, Kevin. And the reality is, for announcers and for fans, that breakneck pace makes it more exciting for us. One NBA coach told me this past year that your field goal percentage in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock gives you your best opportunity to make it. And the longer that shot clock goes on, the more your field goal percentage dips. So, hey, good for us, good for the fans, good for the team.
And that's because the defense has a chance to settle, correct?
Exactly right.
Passes it to Graham. Biombo down low, covered by Payton. Here's Zeller. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. 8 points for Cody Zeller.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there. All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
Here's Biombo. Misses in close. The Knicks have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker with the break.
Well, the big man, Taj Gibson, pretty assist there, Kevin.
Charlotte trailing. Pass to Biombo. And Gibson over to help. Gibson with the steal. Here's Payton, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That one is off.
I think Elfrid Payton has exciting potential. He's got unbelievable defensive instincts and work habits. He just needs to develop a little bit more on the offensive end.
Washington's checked in for the Hornets. Batum comes in for Terry Rozier. And then for New York, Portis, he's checked in for Randall. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Maurice Harkless. It'll go, and the New York lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Batum. Batum's got his second basket of the night. Pass to Barrett. He's looking for Portis and finds him. Barrett kicks to Payton. Gibson passes to Bullock. Off target from three-point range. Hornets have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Washington, that's good. Washington's got the lead up to 1 now for the Hornets. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
And again, it's the Knicks missing. For Charlotte, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half.
And now, in his second year coaching the Knicks, David Fizdale putting more of a stamp on this team, changing the mindset of the franchise.
Well, the New York Knicks hired David Fizdale to steer the ship with a group of young players. And I want you to think back to where he earned his stripes. That was with the LeBron James and Dwayne Wade championship Miami teams. So he knows culture and he knows winning.
Haken, he's checked in for Zeller. Then for the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Gibson. Kevin Knox comes in for Barrett. And Ellington is subbed in for Elfrid Payton. Ellington kicks to Bullock. They get it again. Robinson. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
This is his third free throw attempt of the game. And with the way Mitchell Robinson can protect the rim, Doris, there's a lot to like about that second-round pick.
Yeah, on draft day, Mitchell Robinson flew under the radar, but he had a great summer league. He got tremendous minutes early as a rookie. This is a great leaper, a great shot blocker, always something teams can use, both of those attributes.
Bacon the pass to Washington. And he slams it down right on top of Bobby Portis.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
To the wing right side. Charlotte moving the ball around. And it's Washington missing.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
And a wide open look for Portis. But they'll get another chance. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Washington's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Kicks to Batum. And the pass to Bridges. Here's Bacon. Pass to Washington. Shot from 12. And the jumper falls for him. Washington's got 14 points. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the 4th quarter. It's Charlotte as they wrap up the 3rd quarter on a 15-6 run. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And New York, looking at who they've got, it's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Reggie Bullock is out there with Wayne Ellington. And it's Harkless in at the 3. From past the arc, the putback, it's good on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Pass to Graham. Here's Washington. Ellington defending. Robinson with the block. And he's able to get it back. And here is Harkless. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket. Now Rozier. Pass to Bacon. Here's Washington. He kicks to Biombo. Over Robinson. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Robinson with the block. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Here's Harkless. He dishes it to Randall. Outside Robinson. Rozier against Randall. Just 5 to shoot. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. Rozier the pass to Bacon. He gets it in there. And the Hornets lead by 3.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Stolen by Robinson. Here's Harkless. It's tipped. There's the pass to Bacon. Here's Washington. Now the feed to Biombo. Kicks it to Graham. Clock at 6. Rozier the pass to Biombo. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Rozier's got 6 assists in the game.
This guy is very solid close to the rim. Biombo knows when to be assertive on the interior.
And that's a foul. It's called on Wayne Ellington. That is his first foul of the game. Zeller, he's checked in for the Hornets. Miles Bridges comes in for Dwayne Bacon. The Knicks also changing it up. Taj Gibson's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Barrett comes in for Wayne Ellington. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Reggie Bullock. Passes it to Payton. And here is Harkless. Launches a 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him. If they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option.
Bridges dishes to Zeller. Graham kicks to Rozier. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Third minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Outside for Randall. Barrett the pass to Harkless. Payton in the corner from outside the arc. New York, no good that time either.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. You've got to have better shot selection.
And that one, good. And it's a 9-point Hornets lead.
Really, really good possession there. They've never lost their focus, even as the game's gotten tight.
You know, a few more possessions like that one, and they can put the finishing touches on this game. They just have to have effective trips like that one.
Randall outside. Pass to Barrett to stop the run. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
And this is Barrett at his best. Looking for a shot, being active on offense. Love it.
Graham dishes to Zeller. And Gibson over to help. Charlotte moving the ball around. Bridges passes to Washington. Back to Bridges. Just 4 to shoot. And the basket by Rozier.
I love the fact that Bridges does a little bit of everything, including passing the ball.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Hornet lead is cut down to 6. That one coming from Harkless. Rozier against Payton. Pass to Bridges. Graham kicks to Bridges. To the middle. The pass to Graham. Here's Zeller, and Gibson sends it down.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
Well, Greg, you've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Passes it to Rozier. And here is Zeller, covered by Payton. Bridges passes to Washington. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. Randall finds Harkless. A putback, good!
And those are exactly the kinds of plays that can spark a team. Just solid work down in the paint.
So a close game sees Charlotte taking this one. That was a fun night of basketball, and fabulous finish. This could continue.
Welcome back to 2K TV. Bill Simmons, the sports guy. Now, the sports guy is your nickname, but if you were a player, what would you have as your nickname?
Washed up.
Washed up,
Yeah.
that's it?
Yeah. I quit pickup like 5 years ago.
I'm gonna end it right here.
He's going to end it.
I'm going to end it.
I feel it. I feel it.
And the starting lineups have concluded. So, welcome to 2K Sports for another payday. We sure can. All right, DA, thanks. So the New York starting five. Barrett is out there with Elfrid Payton. Then it's Taj Gibson. Then there's Mo Harkless. And it's Randall in at the power forward position. And for the Wizards, Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Shabazz Napier out there with Brown. And it's Bonga in at the 3. Now, here's Barrett. Makes it off the glass. Different styles of basketball, and we're talking about Coach of the Year here. What style of coach did you prefer to play for?
Well, I just wanted a coach that was honest, that held everyone accountable, and allowed us to get out and run. We want a coach that believes in the talent that he has and doesn't hamper anyone's skill set, doesn't hold anyone back based upon their offensive philosophy. The game is changing, so hopefully you have a coach that is flexible. Hopefully you have a coach that is forward-thinking, and you have a coach that says, let it fly. That might be the most important skill set of a coach, in my opinion. One that says, hey, you got an open shot, you got to take it.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now here's Gibson. Here's Harkless. Offensive rebound. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Napier dishes to Brown. On the wing, Bryant. Pass to Napier for 3. Sinks the triple.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
Yeah, it's all about establishing a rhythm. I mean, you start to see it fall, you begin to believe.
Now here's Payton. A really disappointing game for him in that loss to Atlanta. Barrett, no good.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Yeah, that's not his spot, plain and simple. He's trying to force something is rarely a good idea.
And proving to be effective around the rim, Hachimura leaving no doubt about that one.
Randall passes to Barrett. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And that one falls for Barrett. And Greg, talking to scouts about R.J. Barrett, they love the athleticism. But what makes him especially good is the work ethic and the confidence.
Yeah, some elite prospects will take plays off. This guy never does. He's not one that sits around and reads his press clippings. He's a warrior, a leader, and he's proven to be a winner.
Here's Bonga. 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range, Randall grabs the board. The Knicks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Barrett dishes to Randall. And stolen by Payton. And Harkless slams it in.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Here's Brown. And easy 2 points on the layup.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Harkless finds Gibson. Comes up empty down low. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Washington Wizards. They trail by 1. The Wizards working the ball around now. Releases. Latre. Washington gets it back. And again, the turnover by the Wizards. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And guys, they walked into the arena with a certain kind of swagger, and we really saw it play out on the offensive end.
They look totally in sync. GA. I mean, they knew what they wanted to accomplish, and then they went out there and did it.
So New York ends up going with the new group. Great positioning on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Wizards trail by 3. Passes it to Smith. Here's Hachimura. To the paint. Here's Mahimi. Doesn't go for him. Great D that time from Portis. Now the pass to Knox. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Oh, the timing couldn't have been better on that assist.
Robinson passes to Brown. Back to Robinson. Brown right side. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Brown's got his second bucket. Robinson passes to Knox. It's Portis atop the key. Bullet kicks to Ntilikina. Here's Knox. Offensive rebound. Pass to Ntilikina. Second chance shot. And again, it's New York.
I really like the rhythm Ntilikina plays with. Good at sensing when to shoot off the pass.
Smith feeling it out a bit. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Portis, the pass to Ntilikina. Got a piece of it.
And that's a welcome sign for sure. Hachimura demonstrating a willingness to want to improve as a defender.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Knicks lead by 5. Bobby Portis, who's known for his work ethic, said he learned a lot from his mother.
She gets up at 3, 4 in the morning.
And she was a basketball player in her own right. Greg, a scholarship at Jackson State University.
Yeah, and gave up basketball when she had Bobby, but she encouraged him to pursue his dream, and she said now she's living her dream through him.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Yeah, they're clawing, they're grinding, doing anything they could to make the most of their possessions.
Setting the floor for the Knicks. Portis is out there with Reggie Bullock. Then there's Wayne Ellington. Then it's Mitchell Robinson. And it's Ntilikina in at the point. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So, Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting his shot. Thank you so much. Wizards making a switch here. Vargas checked in, and it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. Pass to Ntilikina. Ellington with it. Near the three-point line, it's Bullock. He can't hit that time.
Their movement is good, and they get the ball into the right hand. Now, usually he drops those in between jumpers.
Mahimi passes to Bonga. Robinson with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Wants to get it to Robinson, and does. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And for Frank Ntilikina, some questions as to where he is best suited.
I mean, for me, I like when he plays more off the ball. I mean, he's shown that he could become a scorer when he only has to worry about that aspect of his game. Still very young and has a great set of skills with which to work.
Randall's checked in for New York. There it comes in for Wayne Ellington. Nice ball movement by Washington. Doesn't go that time. Randall with some nice D. Barrett with the ball. Robinson on him, and he uses the glass on the layup. Barrett's got the lead up to 9 now for New York. Now here's Napier. He's tightly guarded. Outside for Robinson. Hachimura the pass to Napier. Here's Utah. Down low. It's deflected. Stolen by Robinson. Pass to Barrett. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And it's an 11-point New York lead.
They look to Barrett in these spots because they trust the young man's ability to finish in the open court.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Robinson for 3. It's rebounded by New York. Wizards beat them last time when these two teams met in Washington.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem for them. Their starters had to take an early stint on the bench.
Yeah, and they can't afford a repeat of that. They need a lot more minutes out of their core group tonight.
Kicks it to Napier. Here's Utah. He's defended by Randall, and the call will be against R.J. Barrett. That's his first foul for the Wizards. Thomas Bryant, he's checked in for Utah, and Troy Brown subbed in for Robinson. And then for New York, Taj Gibson's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Harkless comes in for Reggie Bullock, and it's Elfrid Payton in for Frank Ntilikina. And Barrett gets it to go. Fans, broadcasters love to see teams get out and attack in transition. I like to see the league crack down on intentional fouls that will halt that break, slow down that break, stifle that break.
No, because the home fans or the fans of the team that's fouling doesn't want that team to get out and get an easy 2 points. I mean, we still have to have defense in the game. So anything that takes away from teams scoring, you just can't say, well, we want to watch them score. Don't do it. No. And very honestly, if you're an unselfish team, usually on those breaks, it's usually because the player holds the ball too right. Usually they have another open player in front of them that they can pass it up to. And if you're an unselfish team, usually you'll still give the fans what they want. And that's a crazy highlight of the break.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. It's the new front office in Washington, and Greg, they've got their work cut out for them.
John Wall's huge Supermax contract as he deals with the Achilles injury. Tough questions to be answered about the direction they're going to take talent-wise.
Kevin Knox is checked in for Julius Randle.
And with that bucket, he ceases a 14-0 run by New York.
Gibson passes to Knox. No one near Payton as he lets it go. From outside, off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
The pass to Schofield. He kicks it to Robinson. There's the triple. It's rebounded by New York.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Payton. Lets it go from 14. And again, it's New York.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Pass to Mahimi. And it's Mahimi finishing it off.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He's one of the best in the business, absolutely. Payton outside. It's tipped. Got it up. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And
thank you.
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break. Or third.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. For the Knicks, the first quarter was pretty even. They saw their lead grow to a high water mark of 5. And that'll do it.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You know, R.J. Barrett has been exceptional here, guys.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So the Wizards 5 right now. Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Brown out there with Nathan. And it's Bonga in at the small forward. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Here's a quick check of the rookie leaderboard with the free throw percentage leaders since the All-Star break. Well, you look at Hachimura, 4th in the league, and as consistent as they come at the free throw line.
No doubt he's earned his spot among the great rookie free throw shooters through hard work and repetition.
Payton outside from 12 feet out. And that one hits back iron. Wizards trail by 15 and stolen by Payton. Some nice passing by New York here. Randall no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Washington shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And the first one at the line is good. Bobby Portis is checked in for Taj Gibson. Both free throws good from Bryant. New York leading by 13. Here's Harkless. Rebound by the Wizards.
Slow to get warm after the break. 0 for 3 now. Maybe they need an early timeout just to try to settle things down.
And it's in there. And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
Ugly start. Second half, they've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
For the Knicks, Robinson's checked in for Julius Randle. Reggie Bullock comes in for Maurice Harkless. And Ellington is subbed in for Barrett. Back to Brown. Passes to Hachimura. To the left wing. 5 to shoot. Here's Napier. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. And now the Knicks on the break. Ellington leading the charge.
They needed that one. Maybe they'll get it going after 4 straight misses to start the half.
Now here's Napier. Covered by Payton. Hachimura the pass to Bryant. Here's Hachimura. And no good.
Some very aggressive defense to prevent the easy lay-in.
And out of Japan, a real interesting prospect. Hachimura, especially now that he can stretch the floor.
Yeah, he found the 3-ball in his last year of college. Hit over 40%. You combine that with the size, the motor. He is really versatile, and I feel like he's putting it all together.
And here is Payton. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Portis against Bryant. The pass to Bullock. Payton outside. Now here's Portis. Out to Payton. Takes a 3. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Robinson's got his second basket.
I love his work ethic, not to mention his hands. You need both to convert those tip-ins.
Tries a 3. Hachimura, no good. The Knicks leading by 13. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. The promising point guard was traded to the Knicks, and Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. Well, Kevin, we know one thing in New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
And DA, that's when he is at his best. Thank you. Here's Smith. Robinson with the block. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Robinson. Taj Gibson's checked in for New York.
Taj Gibson.
Here is Bryant. And Bryant slams it in.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, Kevin, you're right. They needed that, and I love that he just didn't settle for the lay-in.
Bullock kicks to Ellington. Outside Robinson. Here's Bullock.
And the D has made some adjustments since halftime, and as a result, they're denying a lot of those easy looks that they gave up in the first.
The Wizards shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
That's his first personal foul.
shooting for Washington.
The free throw drops for Bryant. And the Knicks making a change here. Barrett's checked in. Both good from the line that time. The Knicks leading by 9.
And if they're thinking, they can get a 2-for-1 here.
You just have to manage the clock correctly. Now, sometimes it's easier said than done if you also want to get a good look.
Another shot. Here's Robinson. Over to the wing. Pass to Bullock. Over to the left wing. And the basket by Knox. And the Knicks lead by 11. Washington's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Bryant passes to Smith. Here's Mahimi. And another miss by Washington. Now, here's Barrett. Lays it up and banks it in. Barrett's got 16.
And this is Barrett at his best. Looking for a shot, being active on offense. Love it.
And so it's New York going into the break with a 10-point lead. And they've... And a moment ago, inside the huddle with Coach Scott Brooks.
The issue is not them, the issue is us.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. On the court for the Knicks, Knox and Randall. They're the forwards. Reggie Bullock is out there with Barrett. And it's Gibson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
If you can't hit that one, your teammates are going to think twice about feeding you the next time.
It's Bryant, high post. It's good, the assist that time from Smith.
Well, this is what Smith does best, keeping his eyes moving to set up the opening.
And Randall throws it down.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Here's Utah. Wagner passes to Utah. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way.
Knicks ball.
Here's Bullock. This is to Barrett. Knocked away. Robinson with it. Picked up by Barrett. Pass to Utah. And a fast break now for New York. Bullock, good. And now it's a 12-point Knicks lead.
Those are the kinds of plays that win games. Really savvy D, and give him credit for looking to go straight up the court with him.
When it comes to offensive rebounding, who does the best job of creating second chance opportunities now?
Oh, it's two names. Andre Drummond, Steven Adams. And the toughest part about it is, as a defender, you don't only have to worry about guarding your man, going over and helping, but then you have to worry about guys that are just hanging out in the rebound painted area, just waiting for their turn. And so it takes the wind out of you, it tires you out, but also your mental focus that game is all over the place because no matter what you're doing, you always have to come back to the thought, oh no, now box out because this guy's a beast on the
Randall with the bucket.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Wizards trail by 12. Robinson kicks to Utah. Passes it to Wagner. Lays it up off the glass. Wagner's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Out to the right wing. Barrett the pass to Harkness. Randall dishes to Gibson. Back to Randall. And Wagner pulls it down. Washington shooting the ball at 42%. Robinson passes to Smith. Over Payton. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Smith is a fighter. Someone who usually doesn't back down from anyone, especially on these types of shots.
Bobby Portis has checked in for Taj Gibson. Free throw good, Smith.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
Back to Randall. And it's good for 2.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Brown dishes to Bryant. Baseline J on the way, and there it is for him. Bryant's got 10 points here in the second half.
I like the bounce pass there. He's getting creative.
It's stolen by Brown. Here's Mahimi. He can't get it to go. The Knicks go the other way with it. 17 points was their biggest margin. Floats it up for Randall.
Oh, looking to connect with the open man Portis. He's got the right mentality out there.
Wizards trail by 9. Mahimi kicks to Smith. Smith drawn the double team. Robinson finds Mahimi. Nice ball movement by Washington. Here's Bryant. It's rebounded by New York. Randall down low. Brown's there. Took him no time at all on that one. And it's an 11-point Knicks lead.
Let the big man eat. Give it to Randall there, and he's locked in on scoring.
And so Payton will bring it up for New York. Inside, it's stolen by Brown. Harkless with the steal.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Knicks.
And guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for R.J. Barrett.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got. Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Oh, Greg, that's the dagger. You can tell they wanted that one. I know that's serious. He's not going to get it easier than that. Don't need to double team him, but you can't leave him all alone.
From the high post, and the rejection by Mahimi. It's deflected. Out of bounds. Wizards ball as Washington keeps possession. 16 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. It's deflected.
And you want more of this one. Randall makes an effort on defense. He's capable of blocking shots.
It's stolen by Bryant. From deep. Off on that one. So no problem for New York as they get the win. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. Morgan.
much fun, but it definitely came with some challenges. Thank goodness for 2K.
That's right. In fact, it's been an honor for us to share our time and our episodes with you, the fans, the community. And the big news is NBA 2K TV is returning for Season 7.
Yes, we're coming your way on September 4th. All new episodes of NBA 2K.
Now it's ended out today.
Well, it was
a momentous decision, DA. Thank you. As we get a break in the action, now let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Brooklyn, they're in 7th and looking to hold on to that seed for the playoffs. And, of course, there's the Knicks. They're 5 spots away.
And right now for the Knicks, this has been a season I'm sure they'd like to forget. And luckily, they'll be able to do that soon enough.
You know, maybe they'd like to forget it, but there are lessons to take from it as well. I mean, the mistakes they've made this year can't be repeated if they want to get a taste of the postseason anytime soon.
So the New York starting 5. Randall out there with Taj Gibson. Then there's Payton. Then it's Barrett, and it's Harkless in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Nets, they've got Karis LeVert. Joe Harris is out there with Lance Thomas. Then there's Allen. And it's Chioza in at the point guard. Harris, no good. Here's New York.
And he might not be a household name just yet, but Joe Harris is one of the game's true dead-eye marksmen. You can make the case he's the most underrated shooter in the league.
Now here's Randall. He's coming off a 16-point game against Atlanta.
And a lot of those points came at the free throw line.
Really because of his aggression. He was playing the game with force, always catching his man on his heels.
Now LeVert after the missed 3 from Elfrid Payton. It's Allen on the wing, defended by Gibson. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Chioza. The shot, no good. And New York the other way now. Maybe not the most famous beard in the league, but Joe Harris's beard last year, Greg, drawing some notice in the NBA.
The lumberjack look belying his feathery touch. Good size and strength, enabling him to play the small forward position when needed.
Just 1 of 4 from the floor, not the start they were looking for here.
LeVert kicks to Harris. Can't drop it in from the right block. New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Randall down low. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. From about 19 feet, they get the rebound.
You know, this guy never stops working. He's always going hard, and Randall's aggressiveness is what allows him to be such a good offensive rebounder.
Now here is Harris. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Golden State. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. And with this break, let's bring up the list of the dominant rookie rebounders in the NBA this season. 3rd is R.J. Barrett.
And, you know, rebounding was a skill that I thought would translate to the NBA for him. We knew he could board with the best of them, and he has not disappointed.
Yeah, rebounding always transfers and translates to the next level. He's been a bull in the china shop, out working, out hustling guys, and he's really got terrific instincts to the basketball.
Now here's LeVert. After the miss from Elfrid Payton. The putback, it's good on the putback.
Boy, I tell you, this guy just does not quit on the boards. His energy is contagious, especially on the offensive glass.
And Randall throws it down.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
And you see the edge Barrett plays with, attacking the rim with bad intentions.
Here's Chioza, covered by Payton. Unloads from 13. Pass to Harris. Here's Chioza. To the inside. The 3. It's rebounded by Barrett. The Knicks leading by 6. The pass to Harkless. Fires it up. Here's Payton, and again it's New York.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Now here is Harris, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. From the arc. And the Nets miss again.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the three-point shot. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
And made possible by a heads-up play defensively at the other end.
The Knicks have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Harkless dishes to Payton. Fires from the line, and there's another one for the Knicks.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Pass to Allen. Over Gibson. Allen's shot is off. Here's Randall, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Randall's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, you know, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points.
And so it's New York going into the break with a 10-point lead. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Knicks?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
Setting the floor for the Knicks. We've got Ntilikina. Portis is out there with Knox. Then it's Robinson, and it's Bullock in at the 2 guard. Just 5 on the clock. Passes it to Robinson. And he makes good on the layup. Robinson's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Knicks. Far toward the end of the season, some players hit a wall, others come alive. They can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but that energizes them. What can a guy do to keep improving till the season's end?
Well, I think it starts first with mindset, Kevin. Staying ready, which means you have to be diligent about staying in shape, getting your extra work in if you're not getting the reps in games. Stay even-keeled emotionally. You can't get too high or too low. Keep that professional perspective. I'm a pro. I'm doing what I've always dreamed of doing. I'm getting paid well to do it, and I'm going to focus on getting better each day.
Excellent perspective.
And a great track record in the draft for the Nets. Karis LeVert selected with the 20th pick, and Jared Allen taken at 22.
And you might want to throw in guys too. Rodions Kurucs, the 40th pick in 2018, had a big impact, even participated in the Rising Stars Challenge. And, you know, sometimes you've got to make your own breaks, make your own good fortune, and that's exactly what the Nets have done.
And New York making a change here. Ellington's checked in. In the corner, it's Temple. To Kurucs over Robinson, and again no good by Brooklyn.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more. Well, I tell you, that was double duty right there. He influenced the shot and then got back and cleaned the glass.
Back to Ellington. From deep three-point range, rebounded by the Nets. Victory eluded them last time in New York when they took on the Knicks.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
Yeah, and that turned the tide, the rebounding differential. They've got to focus and make it a team effort to really pound the glass.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
The Knicks leading by 14. To the paint, here's Robinson. Rebound by Johnson.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Crawford's shot is good. Crawford's got 4 points in the quarter.
clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Ellington the pass to Portis. And he banks in the layup. And the Knicks lead by 14.
No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
Well, when you look at the skill set of Tyler Johnson, he really is the...
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Allen's checked in for Karuch. Lance Thomas comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. And Harris subbed in for Jamal Crawford. Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. But taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas. David, thank you.
Boy, from the looks of it, it appears the defense is fine with him taking that shot, but he makes them pay when they do.
Here's Payton. Brooklyn with the rebound. And moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors. And it's Harris off the drive. Shoots over Bullock. It'll go, and the New York lead is cut to just 11 points in the basket from Harris.
You know, Harris showing you he's unafraid to mix it up in there sometimes, which is a good way to balance his attack.
Bullock kicks to Robinson. Back to Bullock. Payton looking around. Johnson with the block. They retain possession. And he comes up with the deuce. Nets have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. And Mitchell Robinson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Harris, right side. To the right side. And stolen by Ellington. And now Randall pushing it up, and no one back to stop him. And Randall throws it down.
Terrific body control by Randall. And one machine.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And up to this point on the season, he's set a pace of right around 73% when he gets to the line.
Johnson double teamed. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have the jump ball.
You 2 players.
And so it's New York with it. And so Payton will bring it up for the New York Knicks. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Boy, completely inexcusable and unacceptable when you don't box out Allen. This guy is a monster as an offensive rebounder.
And so it's the New York Knicks with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. Their defense has been terrific in this game. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Elfrid Payton.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the New York came out ready to play. Their mission to dominate early was accomplished. And that
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. We're seeing a tremendous game from Julius Randle.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Allen is out there with Thomas. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then there's Harris. And it's Chiozza in at the point. Now, here's Barrett. He started closer. Had a hand on it.
Super recognition that time to come up with the block shot, as LeVert was quick to recognize where he was and get off the ground.
The Knicks leading by 14. Gibson passes to Payton. Let's go. Thomas with the block. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Allen. We've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Allen.
He's really made that a focus of his game these past few years, and it's paid big-time dividends for him. He's become a much better rebounder, and it's increased his value as a player by leaps and bounds.
Knox, he's checked in for Randle. Allen with the rebound.
Well, an awful beginning to this half, guys, missing their first 4 attempts.
Harris looking it over. Allen finds Harris. Allen in the post, defended by Gibson. Allen's shot is off.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
To the middle. Harkless with it. No points in the game yet for him. Knox, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Knicks lead by 16.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Nothing soft about the putback there.
And why chance it, right? Take the dunk if you've got it.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
Now, here's LeVert. Tight defense on him. Allen. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. 6 points for Jared Allen. Mark, you ever think we'll see a player coach in the NBA again?
I don't think so, Kevin. The role is just so demanding. You know, it requires so much, and there's so much scrutiny now. I don't think you can effectively play and coach in this day and age. No, I don't think you'll see it.
Last one we saw was Dave Collins back in the late 70s, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. That's a long time ago, man.
With the Boston Celtics. Yep. He's off on the first. Both teams deciding to change it up. And he sinks the second. Nets trail by 15. Here's Karuch. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Karuch has got his first basket of the night.
You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
Luwawu, the pass to Karuch. Launches it. Knicks with the rebound. Portis has got his 4th rebound in this one.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
So it's Ntilikina who brings up the ball for New York. They led by as many as 18 points. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. And Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Knicks.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
Robinson kicks to Nilikina. Here's Knox. A putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Knicks lead by 17.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Johnson dishes to Allen. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Now the pass to Karuch. Sinks that one from the post. Karuch has got 4 points in the quarter.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Here's Portis. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Here's Knox. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper. Knox has got 7 points in the game. And so it's New York out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. We'll return shortly. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
That's right. I mean, that's not his primary duty, but when the situation calls for it, he can do it and does it well.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And New York looking at who they've got. Knox and Randall, they're the forwards. Reggie Bullock is out there with Wayne Ellington. And it's Portis in at the center, locking down the middle. Randall on the follow.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Luwawu, the pass to Karuch. Banked in off the glass.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Here's Knox. And there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That's his first foul. Both teams will make substitutions. Nets trail by 17. Chioza passes to Allen. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's his first personal foul.
And a one-year player at Texas, Jared Allen came into the league as a bit of a project. He's got ample playing time to develop in Brooklyn.
And Greg, safe to say, Allen's defense is ahead of his offense.
Yeah, but his mobility and leaping ability serve him well as a finisher, providing that vertical spacing teams like to have inside.
Harkless is checked in for New York. And here is Harris. Here's Chioza. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Chioza's got his first bucket of the night.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
Here's Barrett. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Knicks lead by 18. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. And here's Harris from the arc. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder.
And night in and night out, that's what he provides.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Down low, here's Chioza. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
New York moving it around. Randall with the bucket.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
they've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And so here is New York out to Payton. Thomas against Randall. No good. Shot missing. Great D that time from Thomas. It's LeVert on the wing. Allen up top. Back to LeVert. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Like the way LeVert controls himself, always under control, knows what he's looking for, takes his time, particularly when he's close to the basket.
Barrett kicks to Harkless. Pass to Payton. Tries it from the top of the key. Here's Gibson. And he finishes nicely on the layup. And the Knicks lead by 18.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
Yeah, I don't think you want to get loose and sloppy or ease up, but it is time for them to start using that clock a bit.
Randall passes to Barrett. Payton outside. Over Harris. Keeps it alive. It's good on the putback. Gibson's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Knicks.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Julius Randle.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Pass to Harkless. Here's Randle. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. And a new group in for the Knicks. Knox, he's checked in for Gibson. Damian Dotson comes in for Maurice Harkless. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Barrett. And Smith subbed in for Elfrid Payton. Just 5 to shoot. Hall passes to Johnson over Smith. Offensive rebound. Here's Hall. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Now Ellington. The three missed. So no problem for New York as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Hart.
2K21 demo is out now, and in this episode, we're jumping right in. Plus, we look back at our best 2K TV moments of 2K20. And first looks at what's coming up in my team for 2K21. Welcome to the
land of the free and the
Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball here on 2K Sports. Tonight, it's Noche NBA, a celebration of the amazing Latin culture in this league and its fans. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for Bridges.
And it's really been a nice trend for him over these last several months. He's been steadily improving in terms of his scoring output. That extra production making him more valuable the further we get along in this season.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. You've got Bismack Biyombo, Washington out there with Bridges. Then there's Terry Rozier, and it's Graham in at the shooting guard position. And for the Knicks, Barrett is out there with Payton. Then it's Julius Randle. Then there's Mo Harkless, and it's Gibson in at the 5.
Well, the Knicks had a lot of turnover trading for expiring contracts. They did what they could to accommodate the wishes of a lot of vets.
Yeah, the problem right now for the Knicks is they're not inviting to a lot of free agents, and that's really where they're trying to make their play. So fascinating over the course of the past decade that New York has not been able to attract the top-tier talent. So building through the draft, Coach Fizdale hopeful that they'll land a star one way or another.
Graham dishes to Biyombo. Rozier the pass to Biyombo. The playoffs around the corner, Brent. Some teams already making vacation plans. Talk about the disappointment that those kinds of teams are feeling right now.
Yeah, you start the beginning of training camp with ideas of wanting to play into the postseason, and you know the realization of that goal is not going to be met. And what you want to do is remember your opportunity as a player, Kevin, to go out and still compete. You might not be back with the team that you're playing at the end of the season with the last 10 games. Maybe you're somewhere else. But there are teams, as we've always said, still watching you. And so don't ever get away from the idea of the competition as the season winds down.
They always say the eye in the sky doesn't lie. Everything is on tape, right?
I mean, yeah, and they are assessing how it is that you approach that, because you show your stripes when things are not going well. What kind of character do you have?
They get it back.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. Barrett kicks to Payton. The pass to Randle. No good on that one. And the Hornets now going the other way.
And so far, the team just 1 of 5, and that rim shrinking.
Bridges with it. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. It's good from long range.
Just so precise off the pass. I like how Bridges prepares himself to shoot as the ball is coming his way.
Payton looking it over. Bridges with the board. Charlotte leading by 4. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Graham kicks to Rozier. Charlotte moving it around. Pass to Graham. 4 on the shot clock. Fires from deep. And it's Rozier missing. For New York, they've gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. Here's Randle, and Randle throws it down.
Randle with a great effort there, up and athletic and at the rim.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played, and the call will be against Julius Randle. That's his first foul, and a new group in for the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Gibson. Portis comes in for Julius Randle. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Harkless. And it's Ntilikina in for Payton. Zeller, he's checked in for Charlotte. Dwayne Bacon comes in for Miles Bridges. The Knicks have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. The shot's good from Ntilikina. It's all knotted up.
Someone skilled at finishing under duress. Ntilikina continuing to stay focused. Well, Fizdale, part of those great teams in Miami as an assistant coach with Eric Spoelstra. He coaches with a lot of fire and enthusiasm, is very involved emotionally in what his team does on a daily basis, and it's why a lot of these young players are gravitating towards his coaching style.
Zeller, persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
That's excellent. Get the ball down deep inside and cash in on a simple basket.
There's 38 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Ntilikina, and there are the Knicks with another bucket.
Hurting you now from there as Ntilikina's finding his range on those shots.
Rozier, the pass to Washington. Passes it to Zeller. Here's Bacon. Pass to Graham. Here's Bacon. He's guarded by Bullock. From deep. That shot off. Here's Ntilikina. Banked in off the glass. Ntilikina's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Ntilikina wanting to be assertive and the coaching staff encouraging that kind of play.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. New York ahead. They lead by 2. And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast. As the second quarter getting going right now. And guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the court for the Knicks, Bobby Portis out there with Robinson. Then there's Reggie Bullock, and it's Ntilikina in at the 1 spot. Outside, Batum. Here's Washington, trying to claw his way back after a terrible showing in that loss to Miami. Batum passes to Washington. He kicks to Zeller. Clock at 4, and here's Batum. He's guarded by Bullock. Charlotte gets it back. On the pass to Bacon. He feeds it to Zeller, and another shot. But on that shot, with that, the Knick lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Bacon.
And they know for next time, don't let him establish position down low.
Yeah, when he's this close to the basket, it's a wrap.
Robinson passes to Ntilikina. And here's Bullock. Here's Knox, defended by Batum. Robinson with it. He's against Zeller. There's Portis. Here's Robinson. Scored the basket, his 2nd of 2 attempts.
So these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
That one falls. Washington's got his first 2 points of the night.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Here's Ntilikina. His 3-pointers off the mark. For the Hornets, they come into this one following a loss to Miami. Batum passes to Washington. Over to the wing. And stolen by Portis. Pass to Knox. And he uses the glass on the layup. Knox has got his first basket.
Well, Knox finding his way around the rim and then pretty versatile to finish.
And the former Razorback, Bobby Portis, took a few years to find his spot in the NBA. Now he does produce.
And great big man to bring in off the bench. Good size and quickness combination, and will always give you scoring with that second unit.
Batum finds Zeller over Robinson. Shot by Zeller, no good.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests and that's just enough.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off. And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Hornets trail by 8. To the inside. Tries again. Yes, that goes in. Zeller's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Robinson dishes to Bullock. Pulls it from the elbow. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Bullock's got the lead up to 8 now for the Knicks. Washington passes to Batum. Here's Washington. Kicks it to Graham. Passes it to Zeller. Unloads from 13. And he gets the jumper to drop. Zeller's got 6 points.
Yeah, draw the D in, kick it out for the open shot. That's taking a page straight out of your textbook. Well done.
Back to Bullock in the corner, Knox with it. Hornets with the rebound. Last time they met was in Charlotte.
And we've seen them play better games than that one, but still, they were able to get the win.
In the end, actually a pretty comfortable win for them. That was a gritty effort on a night when they were not playing their best basketball.
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that. Catching the lead pass at full speed, terrific anticipation, and the delivery, Kevin, on time, on target.
A 3 ball. Graham with the rebound. Hornets trail by 6. Zeller passes to Bacon. He kicks it to Graham. Left side, Batum. Pass to Washington. Here's Zeller. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Zeller's got 6 here in this quarter. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Knicks lead. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good... For the Knicks, the first quarter was pretty even. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. If you look at the second quarter scoring, they had a small edge. They really hung tough as we got close to halftime. Taking a look at the Knicks, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, they've been rewarded for dumping the ball inside, keeping the defense.
And
second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You know, Brett, we know guys love really jawing at each other. What was your criteria for issuing a double technical for trash talk?
Yeah, in today's game, it's kind of like it could be a whisper or a wink, you know, the way that they look at it.
It's both sides, doesn't it?
And they just try to curtail anything that could escalate, Kevin. That's really what the referees are doing. As soon as they see some kind of body movement or see guys starting that way, they want to cut it off before anything else happens. So the criteria is a little bit confusing. Sometimes I like to see them get after a little bit.
Setting the floor for the Hornets. Inside, Cody Zeller and Bismack Biyombo. Then it's Bridges. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Graham in at the shooting guard. And so it's New York with it. 4-point game. They get to take on the Heat at Miami after this one. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
You risk getting torched when somebody's open. Peyton's skilled enough to find the open man.
Rozier kicks to Biyombo. And there's the pass to Zeller. Biyombo trying to break free. A nice shot by Zeller. Zeller's got 10.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Pass to Barrett to the wing on the left. Fires the 3. The shot by Harkless, no good.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far. And sometimes as a point guard, you gotta take things into your own hands.
Yeah, right. It's okay to be selfish when you have a chance like that.
Well, if he's calling his own number, there's a reason for it. There you respect the decision-making from him out there. And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Charlotte moving the ball around. Back to Zeller. Passes it to Graham with a tie. A new 14 for Charlotte. Fires the three. No good there.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Pass to Barrett. Now here's Randall. Graham defending. And Randall throws it down.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
And he's flourishing as a scorer. But, Brent, how does Julius Randle take that next step?
Well, I think, Kevin, if he keeps improving on his consistency, shooting from that 10-foot to 16-foot range where guys are daring him to shoot and not wanting to deal with him driving into them. You know, last year he went up 6 percentage points from 35% to 41% in that 10 to 16-foot range. You keep seeing that kind of improvement, the growth in his game is going to come.
Wayne Ellington's checked in for Harkless. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. There's the pass to Ellington. Here's Barrett. And the Knicks miss again. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Hornets. They trail by 3. Pass to Bridges. Now here's Rozier. Passes to Bacon. Back to Biyombo. Kicks to Batum. Shot clock at 5. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. And Gibson sends it back.
Taj Gibson doing a good job of just getting the hands up, and then the instincts come into play with the block.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Pass to Biyombo. Uncovered. Randall grabs the board. Randall's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Barrett. Yep, that one goes in there. Now it's a 7-point Knicks lead.
I love seeing Barrett cash in there. He knows he has what it takes to finish through contact.
Bridges shot. Good.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Randall finds Ellington. Now Payton covered by Biyombo. In the corner, Barrett with it. Drains it from beyond the arc. Barrett's got the lead up to 8 now for New York. There's 38 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Biyombo. Lays it up and banks it in.
And say what you will about the value of the three-pointer, but those close-in looks are always plan A. Every trip down, get to the paint, get deep, score.
A shot by Ellington, no good. Hornets trail by 6. Now the pass to Biyombo. Here's Bacon, defended by Gibson. Bacon gets the bucket.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Back to Payton. Up and in on the layup.
Well, saw the opportunity, did Elfrid Payton, and inside capitalized.
And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the New York Knicks with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. Back to the action after this word. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Hornets trail by 6. We've got Knox. Bobby Portis out there with Mitchell Robinson. Then there's Reggie Bullock, and it's Ellington in at the point. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Rozier the pass to Washington. To the middle, here's Biyombo. Now Bridges, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Charlotte making a switch here. Graham's checked in. The Knicks leading by 6. Inside, here's Robinson. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
And kind of par for the course here, right? Coming through with a solid offensive game to help them get this lead.
Charlotte shooting well. They're at 45%. Rozier the pass to Washington. He kicks it to Biombo. And here is Bridges. Charlotte moving it around. The 10-footer. And it's Washington missing.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
From 12 feet out, the putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Graham gets to Biombo. Pass to Rozier. Here's Washington, defended by Portis. Bucket is good.
That's a defensive breakdown. You can't let him get that deep.
Yeah, how do you let him get a lounge chair down there and be comfortable in the paint like that?
Outside Robinson. Three-pointer Ellington. From beyond the arc and then some. Ellington's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Hornets trail by 13. Here's Washington, and the shot is good. Brent, the league's been trying to clean up some of the physicality that we see, some of the jawing, but there are some players that do a great job of nonetheless getting under an opponent's skin.
I don't think, Kevin, over the past couple of years, we would deem the NBA as being more physical than at any other time. Would we say that?
I think that's fair.
We would never say that. But there are still irritants in the game. And the reason why those guys do that is because that's their competitive advantage. And that's the way the league is always going to operate. There are going to be guys out there who are going to use either their intellect to get inside your head or do things on a physical level that are going to cause you to think about what it is you're doing on the floor. And when you find those guys, they're really interesting players to watch. You're not going to replicate their shooting form, Kevin. But in terms of sometimes their approach, there are things that you might be able to learn from a Draymond Green or a Marcus Smart.
There's no doubt. Pass to Bridges. And here is Graham. Clock at 6. To the paint. Here's Washington. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Washington's got 6 here in this quarter.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Here's Robinson. Yes, once again, he remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Biombo, the pass to Washington. And yes, it's good.
Hard to leave any NBA player that wide open from that distance.
Now here's Ellington. He's guarded closely. Outside Portis. Count it.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Knicks.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Robinson.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving you.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Now Ellington. New York needs to get off a shot. Portis can't get it to go.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
The NBA 2K21 demo is here. And in the demo, you can get a head start on your My Career by jumping in and trying out the My Player Builder. To start off, you have the option to download the My NBA 2K21 mobile app to scan your face into the game. Once you're good with your appearance, it's time.
The tallest building in the United States, One World Trade Center. Looking glorious tonight as we come to you from New York. Good evening and welcome. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for him.
The most positive thing about his last 10 games, the work on defense. His mindset has become very aggressive. The steals are up, and he's becoming a big factor on the defensive end.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Shabazz Napier out there with Brown, and it's Bonga in at the small forward. And for New York, Randall out there with Taj Gibson. Then it's Barrett. Then there's Elfrid Payton, and it's Harkless in at the small forward position. Now here's Harkless. Some nice passing by New York here. He had a nice open look right there. Barrett's got the first bucket of the night, a three-pointer for the Knicks. New York comes into this one following a loss to Atlanta. Brown outside. Here's Hachimura. He's defended by Randall. Napier passes to Bonga. 4 on the clock. Over Harkless. It's rebounded by Payton. New York's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter.
Well, hard to find a team more iconic in the NBA than the New York Knicks. They are a premier brand.
Greg, this is absolutely true. This is an organization that has played a few games in London that have helped them, and it hasn't seemed to matter that the team has struggled for an extended period of time. They remain a major media presence in a major market. The NBA is better when the New York Knicks are a factor.
Harkless with the bucket.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Here's Bonga. That's in, coming off an assist from Bryant.
First make of the day should finally give them a little confidence.
It's usually interesting. After a bit of a struggle, does the first bucket get you into a little rhythm now?
Brown drives in, and he banks in the layup.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter, just served him up.
Barrett with the ball. Working on Bryant. No good from Gibson.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
And proving to be effective around the rim, Hachimura leaving no doubt about that one.
Payton kicks to Gibson. The 11-footer. Count that one.
6.
And so Napier will bring it up for the Wizards. They trail by 3. Hachimura the pass to Bryant. It's deflected. Pass to Barrett. Randall surveying the D. Harkless on the wing. Payton outside. 6 to shoot. And Barrett with the basket on the assist by Payton. 6 points for R.J. Barrett. We hear these defensive coaches in our meetings, Doris, talk about their players staying on a string, helping the help defenders in this league are important.
No doubt, and there are certain guys who are gifted defensively. Paul George, to me, was a Defensive Player of the Year category. Rudy Gobert, multi-time winner of the Defensive Player of the Year. Rudy is considered a great shot blocker, and no question that's the case. But it's because his defensive rotation is so good. Guys like Marcus Smart, the ones willing to give up their body, fly around the floor, be great anticipators. I mean, that impacts winning.
Aren't they fun to watch?
So fun.
And that one's good. Hachimura.
You have to push Hachimura out of there if you're the defense. He's a real problem on the interior.
It's stolen by Bryant. The pass to Hachimura. And that one is stuffed right through.
that's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
And so it's New York with it, following the bucket by the Wizards. There's the steal. Here's Bunga. It's rebounded by New York. Wizards beat them last time when these two teams met in Washington.
Well, I mean, they lost their last matchup with this team, and foul trouble really plagued them throughout the game.
Nothing wrong with aggression as long as you're smart about picking your spots. And let's see if they can be a bit more disciplined this evening.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Napier passes to Hachimura. And stolen by Payton. And here's Barrett. It's hauled in by Brown. Now Napier. To the left side wing. Over Payton.
Well, quick hands and active feet. Elfrid Payton as good on the defensive end as anyone in the league.
And so it's New York with their leads. Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And when you consider how the Knicks are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So, the Wizards 5 right now. Robinson is out there with Ish Smith. And there's Ian Mahinmi. And it's Wagner in at the 4 slot.
Well, a new era begins for the Washington Wizards, right? A change in the front office. The team has tried for years to rebuild in a number of different approaches. Perhaps a fresh outlook for fans under new guidance gives this team new hope.
And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith. New York leading by 8. Ntilikina looking it over. Goes up on the wing. And again, it's New York. And for the Wizards and their new front office, Doris, a tough task ahead of them.
I think so, Kevin, because first and foremost, they need to change the culture of the team, right? Too long, there had been a lack of accountability in D.C., and I think once they address that, the rest of the rebuild could come easier.
Here's Hachimura. The Knicks making the shot. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And you can see what makes Hachimura a tough cover. He can beat you with finesse, and also he can bring the hard hat. Well, for Washington, D.C. basketball, they have one title to their name, the champs back in '78.
What a run that was for that team, led by the great Wes Unseld. But boy, in the 40 years since that title, my goodness, fans of this franchise have waited so patiently for that return to greatness. When will it come?
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Here's Knox, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Knox has got his first points of the night. Wizards trail by 8. Passes it to Wagner. Back to Smith. Pass to Robinson. Mahinmi against Robinson. Shot from free throw range. That one goes. Count it.
Obviously, the closer to the basket, the better for Mahinmi. He's all about high percentage finishes.
The Knicks leading by 6. Here's Ntilikina. 20 points for him last game against Atlanta. Over in the corner, Portis. New York moving the ball around. Didn't think that was going to go in. Knox has got 5.
Ntilikina may not be the prototypical lead guard, but he puts it on time and on target right there.
Wagner passes to Mahinmi. Out to Smith. Back to Mahinmi. Shot clock at 6. Robinson for 3. It's rebounded by Portis. New York's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Here's Bullock. And that misses badly. Air ball. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Wizards. 9-point game. Hachimura, no good. The Knicks have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Bullock dishes to Robinson. The Knicks making a switch here. Ellington's checked in, and the Wizards making a change here as well. Troy Brown's checked in for Hachimura. Buries it from 3-point range.
Well, that's a case where your teammates are showing trust in you, and he comes through with flying colors.
So it's the Wizards now, after New York gets the 3.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Outside for Robinson. Poke loose. It's stolen by Mahinmi. Robinson left side to the inside. Pass to Smith. Brown outside. Smith the pass to Mahinmi. Outside Robinson. From 11 feet away. Wagner, good. 59 seconds left in the first half of the game. The pass to Bullock. Out left to the wing. Here's Knox. And again, New York with the triple.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Wizards trail by 13. The feed now to Brown. Passes it to Wagner. Smith outside. Pass to Wagner. Now, here's Mahinmi. Smith for 3. It's rebounded by New York. Robinson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
So Kevin Knox, the 9th pick back in the 2018 draft. What an outstanding year he had at Kentucky before deciding to come to the NBA.
A different look for New York. Randall's checked in for Robinson. Barrett comes in for Portis. And it's Payton in for Reggie Bullock. That one is no good. Looking at Washington, they took the win in their last game out against the Knicks. And the call will be against Julius Randle. That's his first foul. So it's Washington now. They trail by 14. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Yeah, it just felt to me like they wanted it more. I mean, didn't get down emotionally when they got behind. And how about that third quarter comeback? One for the ages.
Pass to Bonga. From deep 3-point range. And that one released in time, but no good. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. New York holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They're leading by 16. And that does it for our...
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Doris, you've covered so many great basketball players over your many years in this business. As a player, coach, and now broadcaster, who has been your favorite athlete to watch or cover or report on?
All right, Kevin, you know I can't possibly name one, so I'm going to just throw several names out there. LeBron James has overcome so many challenges as a young person, even before his NBA career. So his story is absolutely incredible and inspirational. How about Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers in the history of the NBA? Or Damian Lillard, who has proven so loyal to his fan base and organization and is one bad man when a game is on the line in the playoffs.
They've got Barrett. Taj Gibson is out there with Julius Randle. Then there's Mo Harkless, and it's Payton in at the point. That's the 5 for New York right now. Shot left block. 2 free throws coming. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it, the double checking, and the game continues on.
I think Elfrid Payton has exciting potential. He's got unbelievable defensive instincts and work habits. He just needs to develop a little bit more on the offensive end.
Free throw good, Smith.
And now a chance to see the former Demon Deacon Ish Smith in action. Has been in the league for a while now and played for several teams, and he's a veteran through and through.
Gibson, and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. They recover it. Out to Payton. The pass to Barrett. Lets it go with a three. That one's not going to go. And the Wizards now going the other way.
Ugly start to the second half. They've missed their first four. They've got to get on track.
And when you have Ish Smith on your team, you know he's going to get you scoring off the bench.
And Smith not exactly great at any one thing, but the whole package is solid for a reserve. As long as you can make the right decision and just run the offense, that'll get you pretty far in this league.
Ntilikina, he's checked in for New York. Now, here's Barrett. Defense is right there. Makes it off the glass. Barrett's got 10.
Boy, that was a much-needed bucket in the second half, and now 1 for 5.
Wagner passes to Smith. To the middle. Here's Robinson. It's good. The assist that time from Smith.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Here's Ntilikina. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Offline from the high post.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Here's Wagner. A 12-point game. Here's Utah. Outside for Robinson. 5 on the clock. And there's the foul. It'll go on Mo Harkless. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Knicks, Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Gibson. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Harkless. Now here is Robinson. 6 on the shot clock. Passes to Hachimura. But they get it back. Robinson passes to Bonga. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. As we approach the playoffs, let's see how the East is shaping up. Taking a look at Washington, winding things down this season. They're in that all-important 9th position within striking distance of a playoff spot. And, of course, the Knicks, just a few spots below there.
And seeing where Washington is, they haven't had the great season that some were expecting, but it hasn't been a disaster. They just need a few things to go right for them down the stretch.
It's an amazing thing. If you can get a couple of wins, generate some momentum, you've got to believe they'll be just fine.
Now, here is Smith. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Back to Robinson. 3-pointer. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Bullock kicks to Portis. New York moving it around. Outside for Robinson. Out to the right wing. Bullock with it. Mahinmi on him. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Knicks lead by 14.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Smith outside. Outside Robinson. Tries from 16. That one wide left.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim,
No wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Here's Bonga. Robinson passes to Mahinmi. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. Hachimura, no good.
This guy has not been a factor at all in this quarter, and it has hurt the team.
Back to Knox. Pass to Portis. Now Ellington, covered by Smith. Ellington dishes to Robinson. New York needs to get off a shot. Here's Bullock. And it's wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
And to me, the way you end quarters impacts how you end the game. It can go a long way between.
And so it's the New York Knicks with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. Their defense has been at.
12 minutes to believe in each other.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Fourth quarter on the court for the Wizards. Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Brown out there with Napier, and it's Bonga in at the 3. Here's Brown. Hachimura. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And his coaches and teammates love that. They want Hachimura getting after it more on that offensive glass. And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Portis kicks to Ellington. Gets a very good look and converts. And the Knicks lead by 16. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Here's Bonga. He's guarded by Bullock. And the powerful one-handed slam.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You could see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
Julius Randle's checked in for New York. There it comes in for Wayne Ellington. Wizards trail by 14. Smith the pass to Robinson. Back to Smith. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Robinson's got his third assist on the night. Pass to Portis. Inside. Randle. And he's on the money with his first shot today.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Outside Robinson. Portis against Mahinmi. And there's the pass to Wagner. It's stolen by Randle. Here's Barrett. And Barrett slams it in.
And with this kind of momentum behind him, Barrett, a terror. Love seeing him hammer it home.
Robinson kicks to Smith. And the 3 off target. The Knicks leading by 16. Here's Barrett. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Shooting for New York, R.J. Barrett. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Barrett.
Born in Toronto, Barrett joins a talented group of Canadians who have entered the NBA ranks.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Gibson comes in for Bobby Portis, and Harkless is subbed in for Reggie Bullock. Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. Nice game. Great performance by R.J. Barrett.
And he continues to burn them with his scoring. The coaching staff's going to have to come up with a different approach defensively.
Wizards trail by 18. Passes it to Mahinmi. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Back to Smith. Lets it go from deep. The Wizards with another miss. For New York, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Harkless kicks to Gibson. Rebound by the Wizards. Here's Schofield, right wing. Mahinmi passes to Schofield. And his first shot of the game, no good. And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. Here's Harkless. The Knicks rebound. Can't hit that one. Washington has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Mahinmi's shot is good.
I think if you're built like Mahinmi, you can absorb the hit and still complete the play.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Payton outside. He dishes it to Barrett. Down low. Lets it go from 11. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Knicks.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one and then do it again, and that strategy did work.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for R.J. Barrett.
They simply can't stop him right now. This guy playing with passion and focus.
Randall kicks to Barrett. Payton with the ball. To the middle. Second shot opportunity, and it's Gibson, that time on the assist by Payton. And the Knicks lead by 18. Outside Robinson. Wagner passes to Mahinmi, and the basket is good.
Well, this is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
From deep. So no problem for New York as they get the win. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see them.
Once you pick your jumper, it's time to join the Clippers and test your build in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, and it's my player picking up the assist.
And if you're not feeling one of your builds, you have the ability to make 6 total builds and play 1 test game for each one. In the NBA
The tallest building in the United States, One World Trade Center. It's getting late in the season. Let's now see the standings out east. Taking a look at Brooklyn, right now if the playoffs started, they would have the 7th seed. And checking out New York, right now they're 5 spots below them.
Well, I think for Brooklyn, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Yeah, and you know, we've seen them enough to know by now they're not going to make that switch from good to great at this point. Not this year anyway.
So the next starting 5, they've got Karis LeVert. Lance Thomas out there with Allen. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Chiozza in at the point guard. And for the Knicks, Taj Gibson is out there with Julius Randle. Then it's Barrett. Then there's Elfrid Payton. And it's Harkless in at the 3 spot.
You know, it takes young guys a little while to figure it out, and after 4 up and down seasons with the Lakers, Julius Randle joined New Orleans in 2018, busted out for over 20 points per game with the Pelicans.
We don't see this very often, Clark, but tonight 2 teams that really thrive in the half court.
Yeah, and you know, they can get up and down, and we'll see them do that some, but they much prefer, Kevin, simply to grind it out.
To the paint. New York needs to get off a shot. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Looking at the Knicks, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Atlanta Hawks. Chiozza passes to Allen. Harris trying to get free. Allen, that's good.
Well, I like seeing Allen get this kind of position because you give him the rock there, and he can take care of the rest.
And Randle throws it down.
Nice timing on these jumps. He's somewhat on the small side for a power forward, but he just never gives up.
And here's Harris from the arc. That's his 2nd shot and his 2nd basket. He's 2 for 2.
And early on, they look great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Harkless finds Randle. Payton outside. Brooklyn with the rebound. Victory eluded them last time in New York when they took on the Knicks.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
Yeah, and that turned the tide, the rebounding differential. They've got to focus and make it a team effort to really pound the glass.
Chiozza. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Well, you know what? All good things must come to an end, and they finally miss after making their first 4.
The shot by Harkless, no good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Good work there as it goes. Harris has got 7.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
From 12 feet out, shots good by Gibson.
Confident score from the mid-range. Actually, it may be his best part of his game. Gibson's solid at recognizing when that shot's available.
Here's Thomas. Tries again. Out to Harris. Shoots the 3. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. He's got 10.
Guys, this has been an incredible performance this quarter. I mean, he's getting the ball where he likes it and wants it and just going to work.
Outside for Randle. Here's Payton. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Boy, sweet J from Payton. The defense can't afford to leave him open there.
Inside, and Allen with the slam.
How about the hops for a guy that long? Allen enjoying throwing it down like that. Bam! You know, for a team like the Nets building without top picks, player development becomes critical. I mean, the Nets have made that a key focus for their franchise, and you can see the results paying dividends now.
And Harris wide open. He shoots. A three-pointer is right on target.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Peyton. They grab their own miss.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
Nets leading by 9. To the inside. And slam dunk by Allen.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
LeVert with it. Picked up by Barrett. And stolen by Peyton. And pushing it up. Here's New York. Kept alive. Here's Gibson. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line. So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Bobby Portis is checked in for Randall. Kevin Knox comes in for Maurice Harkless. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Barrett. And Frank Ntilikina's subbed in for Elfrid Payton. Harris's shot is good.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Here's Knox, guarded by Harris. Portis kicks to Bullock. Left side, Gibson. Up and in for the basket, number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
That's 4 connections and 5 tries now for him in what's been a great first quarter.
Count it.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
High-octane action for sure. Crowd-pleasing already.
4 seconds left. No good at the rim.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vamanos. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Nets.
Boy, the three-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Luwawu is out there with Joe Harris. And it's Tyler Johnson. Then it's Garrett Temple. And it's Caruge in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
And the call will be against Harris. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another beforehand.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Harris. Ntilikina looking it over. It's not going to go for him. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Well, Clark, as one Latvian makes his way out of New York, another Latvian, Kurucs, makes his mark with the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, you know, the second rounder making an impact right out of the gates, ready to be an NBA impact player. He's an efficient scorer, a versatile defender. So far, so good from what I've seen.
Ntilikina can't hit.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Luwawu, the pass to Johnson. Crawford kicks to Temple. From past the arc. They get it back. Another shot. It's deflected. And the pass to Knox. Back to Bullock. Rob. Crawford left side. Lays it up off the glass. Crawford's got his first 2 points of the night. So it's Ntilikina who brings up the ball for the Knicks. Nothing offensively yet from them in the second quarter. Here's Bullock. A putback. Great positioning on the putback.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
Here's Crawford. Banked in off the glass. Crawford's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Robinson, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
Yeah, I like the feel Ntilikina showed there. I mean, nice sense of where he was and what was available.
Bullock dishes to Robinson, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
He gets it in there. Johnson's got his second bucket tonight.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And New York making a change here. Ellington's checked in. Knocks the pass to Robinson. How about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball? And it's Bullock missing.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative and make something happen.
And that's how they're going to trim this league. Play tough D, force some turnovers, and then push it in transition.
No good from Luwawu. Knicks trail by 9. Robinson down low, guarded by Crawford. Robinson, that's good.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Luwawu-Cabarrot kicks to Temple. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Temple's got his first bucket in this one. Knicks have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Now here's Ellington. He's covered closely. Shot clock at 5. Pulls from the top of the key. Here's Robinson. The rebound by Luwawu. Nets leading by 9. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And here's Johnson outside. Bangs home the trifecta. Johnson's got 7 points for the quarter. The Knicks shooting 46% on their attempts in the second quarter. Here's Ntilikina. Sinks the 15-footer.
Boy, it's good to see Ntilikina get going, especially from the mid-range area.
Here's Temple. Ellington defending. Temple the pass to Johnson. Stolen away. Swiped it away. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David. Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Jones. It was a fast pace for Brooklyn at the outset. Amped up and ready off the tip. And that's a wrap. With the
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. We've seen a tremendous game from Harris.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
We've got Mo Harkless. Barrett is out there with Elfrid Payton. Then it's Julius Randle. And it's Gibson in at the 5. And that's the group for David Fizdale as we begin the second half. Barrett dishes to Gibson. Randle left side. Just 4 to shoot. Shot from the low block. Analytics, Clark, are such a major factor for coaching staffs and scouting staffs. And plenty of micro-analysis to go around. But some statistics can actually be a little bit misleading, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. And you can torture the numbers to say whatever you want them to say. So you have to be careful. I think there's a great place for analytics in the game. It's very useful in some areas, but you have to balance it. There has to be a blend there. Take, for instance, shot blocking. Just because you don't block a shot, that sometimes can dismiss what changing shots do to a team's defense or for a team's defense. and the number of threes being taken. Effective field goal percentage is more important than raw field goal percentage because of threes.
And Clark, you talk to anyone who has played with Taj Gibson. They love having him as a teammate.
Well, you can see why, too, Kevin. You talk to players that have been teammates of his, and he always puts the team first in everything that he does. He's consistent, he's productive, he's likable. That's valuable to have in a good player who also happens to be great for your locker room.
Payton drives in, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Payton's got his second bucket of the night.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
And that one is good. And the Nets lead by 7.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and they'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
That's good from Payton.
You know, one of the things that jumps out at you immediately when you look at Payton is his size. I mean, he's a 6'4" point guard who knows how to use his body and skill set to his advantage.
Portis, he's checked in for New York. Here's Harris. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside, it just doesn't matter.
It's Randall with the drive.
Showing quickness off the dribble, something that separates Randall from most other power forwards.
LeVert finds Harris. Back to LeVert. Allen against Portis. Here's Chioza. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
Barrett the pass to Portis. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
A nice start to the second half. Just one miss in their first 5 attempts.
There's Thomas with the 3. That one misses. Now the Knicks take it the other way. They get to take on the Heat at Miami after this one. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Harkless.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And here we can check out the story on Julius Randle. This last month, he's been positively spectacular. He's averaging about 19 points per, 10 rebounds, and 2 assists. And his rebounding is what's most impressive. He's shown tremendous determination on the backboard.
And it's a big asset for this team. I mean, he blocks out on the defensive glass, and then he keeps balls alive at the offensive end.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Robinson's checked in for Randall, and Ellington is subbed in for Maurice Harkless. Robinson, that's good.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Johnson kicks to Harris. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You know, shot fakes like this from Harris prove how fundamentally sound he is and how good he is at fooling defenders.
Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Payton. And then for Brooklyn, Luwawu is checked in for Lance Thomas. And Garrett Temple subbed in for Karis LeVert. Portis can't get it to go. Brooklyn leading by 5. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Here's Johnson. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
No good from Luwawu. The Knicks have gone 7 of 10 on their field goal attempts here in the third. Here's Bullock, and he converts the layup. And now just a 3-point Nets lead.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And after defending on the shot, he doesn't give up on the play. Follow that straight to the glass for the rebound.
For New York, they have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
Mitchell Robinson. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Kevin Knox is checked in for Portis. Then for the Nets, Lance Thomas comes in for Luwawu Cabarro. And it's Rodions Kurucs in for Garrett Temple. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Ellington the pass to Knox. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. And it's Harris with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Robinson with the block. And it goes out of bounds. That went off Robinson.
Taj Gibson.
Allen left side. For three, Harris. And the Nets miss again. It'll count. He can't get that one to fall. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. Nets lead by 2. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Allen. Joe Harris is out there with Lance Thomas. And it's Tyler Johnson. And it's Gioza in at the point guard position.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up.
And if you're the defensive team, it just kills you to give up baskets like that.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
This one for 3. Out of bounds, New York takes possession. Payton, he's checked in for the Knicks. And a switch here for Brooklyn. LeVert's checked in. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Now here's Payton, guarded closely. Randall kicks to Harkless. Now the dish to Payton. Back to Harkless. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. A chance now to check out the Knicks' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll tip off a road trip in Miami where they'll take on the Heat. Then on Tuesday, they'll head home to take on the Charlotte Hornets.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are.
Excellent D there from Allen.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
To the wing right side. Now here's Bullock, guarded by Harris. Harkless dishes to Randall. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Robinson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They've also jumped on any opportunity they've had to attack the basket tonight. I mean, excellent penetration.
And the second free throw, good.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a one-possession game.
Allen passes to Harris. It's rebounded by New York.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. And tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
Nets leading by 4. Kicks to Thomas. Harris against Payton. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
You know, Harris is such an aggressive hunter of his shots. Puts a lot of pressure on the defense, and sometimes they get over-aggressive with it.
So for the Knicks, Portis comes in for Mitchell Robinson, and Barrett subbed in for Reggie Bullock. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Here's Randall, and the layup is good.
Calm when it counts. Randall has that clutch DNA.
And here's Chiozza. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. LeVert with a wide open look. Connects from three-point range. LeVert's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Boy, you look at the shots like that LeVert makes, and you have to be happy for the progress he's made because he's worked at it.
To the paint, here's Thomas. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. And now a 9-point Brooklyn lead.
You know, passes like that go a long way. Terrific teamwork.
Here's Randall. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Randall's got 4 points in the quarter.
Forcing his way in is Randall. Hard for the defender to counter his strength.
Here's Barrett. And Barrett slams it in.
And, you know, that's what the scouts have always loved about Barrett, that alpha mentality and his ability to rise to the occasion.
Pass it to Chiozza. Back to Harris. Puts up a 3. And the Nets another 3.
And, you know, guys, when Harris is getting to his spots and knocking them down, it really helps him get going.
Portis kicks to Randall. Back to Portis. Pass to Randall. Fires from 18. And again, it's New York.
Well, this young kid is fun. Randall proving at the moment, not too big for him.
That's good for Thomas on the assist from Harris.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
Here's Barrett. And that one, good.
And coming through in a big way, you have to love Barrett there, taking over down the stretch.
Down low. Here's Allen. The putback. Randall grabs the board. No room for them to make a mistake here.
You got to almost play perfect from here on out.
Portis got it. And now they trail by just 4.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
And here are the Nets. Harris looking it over. Inside. Pass to Chiozza. Fires for 3. And the Nets another 3.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Here's Payton. Knocks down the 3.
Hey, when the game is on the line, you feel very comfortable with Payton having the ball in his hands for the last shot.
And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge,